Hey everyone, my name is Alba Avella. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I've got for you a short stretch session that is available to all levels and abilities. This is a great class to incorporate into your regular routine if you're looking to awaken and energize the body, provide some tension relief, and unlock any tight spots you may be feeling. Today, you're just going to need your body and your mat. When you're ready, I'll meet you there. All right, so today we're going to start on our back. So when you're ready, go ahead and lay down. And I want you to start by pulling your knees in towards your chest. And you can find a soft gaze here or gently close the eyes. But I want you to just kind of give your weight to the mat and just hug those knees gently in towards your chest. Let your feet relax. Let the low back relax. And just take a couple breaths to get connected to your space and to your body. Releasing some tension through the jaw, that space between the brow. And again, just connecting to your breath. And from here, I just want you to gently start to rock side to side. And just bring some awareness to your low back and just notice how the spine is feeling right now. And just taking a scan of the body from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. From here, start by just hugging your right knee in. Take your left leg down to the mat. And you want to flex your left foot slightly and hug that right knee into your chest and just notice what you feel here. And then slowly start to move that knee past your rib cage up towards your armpit, up towards your bicep, and just pause here, continuing to press your left heel. And again, just noticing what you feel and where you feel it. As you come back to center, take a breath in. And as you exhale, just switch out your legs. Take that right leg long as you pull your left knee into your chest. Just pause here. Take a breath. Feel your right heel gently pressing away from you as you pull the left knee into your chest. And then gently moving it past your rib cage and up towards that armpit or the bicep. Again, just noticing what you feel here. Keeping your breath soft, the gaze soft. And gently come back to your center. Take an inhale. And from here, pull both knees into your chest. From here, I want you to release your left foot to the mat so you find some support underneath that knee. Keeping your right knee hugging in, start to extend your right heel up towards the sky. And you're going to use your hands behind that thigh for support and really give your legs weight to your hands. And just kind of point and flex the foot here, finding any organic movement that feels good. Finding some space in that ankle, and then find a nice flexed foot. So you want to really point those toes towards your face, using that left foot for support, and then allow that right hip to relax. We don't want anything forced or strained here. You just want to find a nice, gentle stretch. And just pause, breathe. Good. From here, I want you to bend the knee. You're going to come into a half happy baby. So you can grab the outer ankle, the outer shin, or if you can reach the outer edge of that foot, that's cool too. Start to just pull that knee down, and you're going to take your left hand on your left hip just to kind of counter that support. Press through that right heel gently as the knee pulls down towards the ground. Just pause here. And again, your hand can be on the ankle, on the shin. We just want to find some space through that hip. From here, you're going to gently place that right ankle on top of that left knee, and now grab the back of your left thigh, bringing that left shin almost parallel with the mat. And again, nothing forced or strained here. Just gently pull the legs towards you until you feel a stretch through that right hip. Keeping the low back relaxed, just breathe. Relax the shoulders. Good. And from here, you're going to place that right foot on the mat, and we'll just switch sides. So pulling that left knee in, keeping the hands behind the thigh, start to extend that heel up. And again, give your weight of the leg to the hands until you find a nice gentle stretch here. Start to flex those left toes towards your face, slightly engaging the leg. And notice the difference between the right and the left side. Just finding a gentle stretch and pausing in that stretch. And then from here, we'll come into that half happy baby. So again, grabbing the ankle or the shin or the outer edge of the foot, just start to pull that knee down towards the ground as you continue to push that heel up towards the sky. Take your right hand to your right hip for some stability. And again, just pause here. Notice what you feel. And then gently placing that left ankle on top of your right knee, start to grab the back of your right thigh here. Bringing that right shin parallel with the ground. And again, softening through the hips, through the low back, keeping your breath fluid. And feeling that nice gentle stretch to that left side of the hip now. And just breathe. Once you feel balanced in your body, start to release that. From here, start to pull both knees into your chest. And you're just going to gently rock to one side and push yourself up to a seat. And making your way to about the middle of your mat, just extend your legs out in front of you and make those little adjustments so you feel like you can sit up. From here, just rest your hands on the tops of your thighs and let your feet relax. And again, just point and flex the feet here. Take a few ankle circles in one direction and the other, just providing some organic movement in those feet and ankles. And then you're going to take the hands to either side of the legs and just kind of frame the legs with your hands. And you can be up on the fingertips. And from here, I want you to find an inhale. Sit up a little bit taller. Pull the belly in. And you're just going to fold over the legs gently until you find some resistance here. So again, nothing forced or strained. And just pause here. Take a breath in. And on your next exhale, you're just going to pull the belly button towards your spine and just kind of let your upper body drape over those legs. Good. From here, go ahead and sit up. You're going to bring your hands behind your hips for support and start to bend your knees. So bring your feet in line with the hips. So some distance between the feet here. And I want you to push through the heels of the hands so that the chest lifts ever so slightly. And from here, you're just going to start to tick-tock the knees side to side. So rolling to the outer and inner edge of those feet and just shifting those knees side to side, creating some movement all the way up into the hips. And again, just noticing what you feel, getting that feedback from the body. And then gently come back to your center. You're going to use those hands to lift your hips and you're going to take that right ankle on top of that left knee, just like we did on our back here. So coming into this figure 4 shape. And you can use your hands to kind of gauge where those hips are going to land. The closer your hips land towards your heel, the deeper of a stretch. So just explore this for a moment in your body, keeping that left foot planted and the right ankle pressing into that left knee. Remember to use those hands for support to keep the chest lifted. Keeping that right foot flexed to protect the knee, and just pausing here. Finding a breath, finding some softness through those hips and the low back. And then we'll just switch sides. So lift those hips and take that left ankle on top of the right knee here. Again, letting those hips sink towards the ground, pressing that left ankle into your right knee. Keep that left foot flexed, using those hands for support. Lift the chest ever so slightly. And just notice the difference between each side. Beautiful. Once you feel balance, coming back to your center. And again, just extending those legs as you find a gentle forward fold over those legs, protecting the low back by pulling the belly in. Again, just letting your body kind of drape over the legs. Beautiful. From here, go ahead and cross the ankles. And we'll roll over the feet, coming in to a tabletop position or all fours. You want to bring those hands right underneath the shoulders and the hips over the knees. And you can have the toes tucked under, the tops of the feet flat, whatever's most comfortable for you. So just pause here. Notice your fingertips press down through each finger pad. And start to pull the low ribs in and start to resist gravity. So pushing into the mat, start to drop your gaze down between your legs as you start to find a nice rounded spine here. Feel the shoulder blades move away from each other as you continue to press through the heels of the hands, finding this cat round spine, letting your neck relax. And then slowly coming back through to a neutral spine. And rather than releasing the belly, we want to think about stretching the belly as you press through the heels of the hands to gently lift the heart and the gaze. And we'll just move through that nice and slow. So following the gaze down between the legs, push the ground away, finding that nice stretch through the upper back. And then start to stretch the belly as you pull the heels of the hands towards the knees, lift the gaze gently. Good. Do that one more time with your breath, nice and slow, just paying attention to what's going on in the body, getting that feedback. Beautiful. And then just bringing yourself back to a neutral position, just pause here. And you're going to take that right foot and you're going to step it to the outside of your mat. So if you have tight hips, you're going to take your feet nice and wide. You're going to turn those toes out ever so slightly, and you're going to keep those back toes under for support. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and just start to let those hips soften towards the ground. Continue to stand on that right foot. And again, if you have super tight hips, you're going to turn those toes out to face about 1 o'clock and take your foot a little bit wider. And here you just want to send your breath to those tense spots. Allow yourself to just pause in this shape. Taking a breath in and just slowly release. Beautiful. Gently come back to your center, coming back to that tabletop position, and we'll just switch sides. So step that left foot forward to the outside of the mat, and again, turn those toes to face about 11 o'clock here. We want the knee to track over that left foot, and keeping those hands underneath the shoulders for support, let the hips start to stretch down towards the ground. Again, sending your breath to those tension points. Nothing forced or sharp, just exploring this shape. And just breathe here, noticing what you feel. Good, and coming back to that tabletop position, we'll come back to that runner's lunge on the right side. And again, just pause, notice the difference here between each side. You're going to take that left hand out for support. You're just going to take the palm of your right hand to the top of that right knee. And now just take a gentle twist into that right side body. Keep pushing through the left hand. Keep your left glute nice and strong to protect the low back, just creating some space now in the upper body through the spine. Using that hand on the knee for support. And gently come back to your center. Take that knee back and we'll just switch sides, taking that left foot forward once again for that runner's lunge shape. Once again, noticing the difference between each side. Set it up on this side, turn those toes out, and then bring that right hand right underneath the shoulder for support, taking the palm of the left hand to the knee and using that as leverage to find a nice gentle twist here. And we want to be mindful not to collapse in that right shoulder. Keep pushing into the heel of that right hand to find that twist. Breathe into that left side body and just pause here. Noticing what you feel. Again, using that hand on the knee for some leverage. Take a breath in. And just gently release that. Slowly coming back to your center. As you're ready, coming back to that tabletop position. And from here, take the hands forward just a couple of inches. Start to tuck your toes under, and we're going to come into a downward facing dog. If your knees are still bent, that's okay. Or if you'd like, you can start to straighten the legs. But again, just take a moment to explore. Make sure the hands are in line with the shoulders. Make those little adjustments in your body so you feel a nice full body stretch here. And you can bend and straighten the legs a couple times, or you can just simply find some stillness here. But I invite you to just take a couple breaths. You can gently close the eyes or just find a nice soft gaze and just notice what you feel. Letting the head relax between the arms, letting the heels be light. Just breathe. And start to lift the heels, so coming to the balls of the feet, stretching up through the arches of the feet, sending the hips higher to the sky, and then just let the heels release towards the mat. Let's do that 2 more times. So nice and slow, just lift the heels, stretching through the feet, and then just lower the heels. Beautiful. 1 more time, lift those heels, just stretch up, keep pressing into those hands, and then just allow those heels to melt towards the ground. Beautiful. From here, go ahead and come back down to your tabletop position. And you're going to keep your toes tucked under. Just sit your hips to your heels, bringing the hands to the tops of the thighs once again. And from here, just take a few shoulder circles. And then switch directions. And again, just noticing what you feel here. Giving those arches in the feet a little stretch. And then we'll gently just shift forward and come back onto our seat. So we'll come back onto our backs, pulling the knees back into the chest and coming back to where we first began. And from here, take your left leg down to the mat, pulling that right knee in just like we did in the beginning of class. From here, I want you to release your grip on that right knee, and you're just going to take a couple hip circles. So opening that knee out to the side, spinning that leg all the way down, and then pulling the knee back into the chest. And we want to move through this nice and slow. Again, isolating that movement right through the hip and finding that full rotation in that right leg. Like I said, just 2 or 3 in one direction, and then we'll switch directions. So pulling that knee into the chest, you'll extend out through that heel. Take the knee out to the side and then pull it back in towards you. Good. 2 more times. Extend that leg out. Take the leg out to the side and then pull that knee back into the chest. One last time. And then from here, keeping that knee hugging in, we'll take a gentle twist over that left side, using that left hand to guide the knee, and then go ahead and cactus or goalpost that right arm. And allow your gaze to just soften, allow your low back to relax and feel this nice gentle twist. Breathing into the right rib cage. Again, just noticing what you feel. Staying present in the body, staying present with the breath. Nothing forced, nothing strained, just creating some space. On your next inhale, go ahead and come back to your center. Just pause, nice and slow. And take your hands behind that thigh and extend the heel once again. And just notice if you've created any space in that leg. Relaxing that hip down. And then pulling that knee back into your chest. We'll just switch out those legs. So extend the right leg down and pull that left knee in. And just pause here. And then again, you're going to release your grip on that left knee. And we'll take those hip circles now on the left side. Just noticing the difference between each side. Moving nice and slow, opening that knee out to the side, spinning the leg all the way down and trying to isolate the movement right through that left hip. Good. Find one more in this direction. Again, nice and slow. And then we'll reverse direction. So pull that knee in and then extend through that heel, taking that leg out to the side and then pulling the knee back into the chest. Keeping that right leg stable for balance. Continuing to keep that breath fluid. Good. Last time. One more rotation in that direction and then pulling that knee into the chest. Start to twist over to your right. Cactusing that left arm. And again, allowing the gaze to just be soft, and you can keep your gaze up or you can gently start to look over your left shoulder. Once again, just noticing the difference between each side. Staying present and staying with the breath. On your next inhale, coming back to your center. And pulling both knees into your chest. Just notice the difference and gently rock side to side, just like we did in the beginning of class. And from here, you're going to wrap your arms around your shins and bring your forehead in towards your knees, just feeling your mid back on the mat. Hug your forehead in, hug those knees in, giving yourself that squeeze. And then I want you to find some stillness here. So start to release your arms down by your sides. Start to take your legs down to the mat. And we're not here for very long, so I invite you to just find a few moments of just stillness with your breath. Once again, giving your weight to the mat. Allowing yourself to just absorb the movement, the stretch. Just bringing your awareness back to your breath. From here, point your toes, reach your arms above your head. Just take a full body stretch. And then just gently pull your knees into your chest, and you can rock yourself up to a seat or roll to one side. And just come to a seat, bringing the hands to the knees. And just rolling the shoulders out a couple times, noticing all the differences. And I hope you enjoyed this stretch. I hope you found some space in your body. Come back to this whenever you need a quick stretch session. We'll see you for the next one.